country and moving to LA. So this video is for you guys who are considering going cross country, you know, from the East Coast to the West Coast, and practically how to do it. When we were preparing for our move, we were looking up like the best ways to go across country, searching videos and searching blogs, but we couldn't find a blog of like just specific content on how to and the best method.
Exactly.
So here it is for you guys.
Here it is. We have all the information. We did it. And the question is, will we do it again?
Wait till the end to find out.
Wait till the end to find out.
All right. So number one is driving across country.
Right.
With your things.
Yeah.
All of the furniture, all of the things.
Right. How did we do it?
How did we do it? So what we did is we went with UHaul.
Right.
There's plenty of reasons why. Number one, they were the most affordable option and provided a length amount of time that we needed.
Right.
It was basically a week for the same rate, like 3 days to 7 days, you have the same rate. So it ended up being very affordable.
Very fair as well, you know?
Yes.
So, and another key thing, we plan things in advance.
Yes.
You know, planning is key. So we'll tell you how we plan.
Exactly. So we were coming from a certain size apartment, and on the website for UHaul, it describes and has videos of what fits into each truck.
Exactly.
So we looked at those videos and we figured out with our size, place, what type of truck we needed.
And another thing is to go a little bit bigger. Okay?
Please go a little bit bigger.
Go a little bit bigger because you're putting in clothes.
Yeah.
You're putting in kitchen items, not just furniture. You're putting in shoes. You're putting in, you know, toiletries, bathroom items as well. So put that into factor because that also consumes a lot of space.
Completely honest with you guys, we did not factor this.
Yes, the clothes.
And so when we started packing, to be honest, our truck size was too small.
We hit a dead end. What did we do?
Find out later.
Find out later. So another thing that we used to pick our movers was Yelp.
Yes.
Yelp helped us a lot.
And like we just needed movers in order to get stuff from our apartment into our U-Haul truck.
Right.
And so Yelp had great reviews and very detailed reviews from people who use different companies.
Right.
And a lot of these companies were really great with responding to our questions and giving us their rates in regards to what they charge for the amount of things that you have. So we definitely suggest using Yelp.
Right. It's asking questions. Do they cover your furniture for you? How good are they when it comes to moving your items into the trunk without damaging it? So you also want to look at the comments down below and see other people's experiences with this company.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next key factor is mapping out the drive and the hotel stays. How did we do it?
Absolutely.
How did we plan it?
How did we plan it? It was so hard to find specific information on how to drive to New York, from New York to LA. I didn't know where to stop. So we mapped out literally where we were leaving from in Brooklyn to where we were going in LA.
Yeah.
And we divided it in 12-hour driving chunks.
Yes.
Because we were going to split.
Right. So I drove 4 hours, then Cindy drove 4 hours, and then when it became nighttime, we like split that up as well.
Yes, just because at night we get tired and we didn't want to drive in 4-hour chunks. It was just like we want to keep it safe, especially since we're in a truck, you know? And so where we stayed, first night was Ohio, Newark, Ohio. And so the way we found this hotel, we looked at crime rates of the area.
Exactly. Just how safe the area was, and we also looked for hotels in advance because when we was driving, it was around football season for colleges.
We did not know.
High schools. So there were a lot of hotels that were already booked in advance. We booked it maybe like a month in advance.
Absolutely. So you don't know regionally in the area you're going to what's going on. It might be a conference going on.
Right.
So definitely recommend calling them up and asking them in advance, like what's the capacity for this weekend, and booking it. And so because there were two of us, we knew we could split up our time and actually go to that place. So Newark, Ohio was great for our first stop.
Exactly.
And then our second stop after that was in Oklahoma, in Vinita.
Yes. And another key factor was, as we were driving, you want to go to rest stops that has like food places as well in it.
Absolutely.
And it was completely safe.
It was.
In every state that we went to, the rest stops for the gas and the food was completely safe.
So after our stop in Vinita, Oklahoma, sleeping there that night, our next stop, Moriarty, New Mexico.
Moriarty.
I don't know that area well, but it had great crime rate there, and it had a great hotel, and it was 12 hours away from our last stop, so it was perfect.
Yeah, so it was, a little arduous on the road, I would say, with the trucks and everything else.
Yeah.
But, you do want to drive with an experienced driver.
Yes.
And also, another key thing is have good tunes.
Oh, yes.
Why you try?
Oh, yes, because it can get very repetitive on the road. So if you have those tunes going, keep you up. We also use sparkling water instead of flat water.
Exactly.
Something about the bubbles just gets you going.
Yeah. And then regarding restaurants, during these stops, Yelp was also a good source to find which restaurant has a good review and where to go to.
Absolutely. And so we will put each of our rest stops down below so you can just see in terms of like where we slept overnight, because that was hard for us. Where should we go? No one had a direct answer of each town that they stayed in and how they felt. We felt comfortable in each of these towns that we spent overnight, and also comfortable driving that length that day split between the two of us.
And also always have a lock on your UHaul truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something we didn't consider.
Yeah.
We actually had to buy this during one of the rest stops because one of the movers was just like, "Hey, where's your lock?" When we were leaving Brooklyn, we were like, "What do you mean lock?" Anyone can open up your U-Haul as you were sleeping in a hotel overnight.
Yeah.
We stayed in places that had great crime rate, but you never know. You never know. And one last thing we didn't mention are the snacks.
Yes.
Make sure you have proper snacks. Popping some like assorted nuts in your mouth, gets you going. Different types of chips, healthy chips.
Different types of dried fruit.
Oh,
we also have that as well. So we had a good enough of snacks to just keep us munching, so we didn't have to go to the rest stop for food.
Yes.
So that saved us time.
Definitely did save us time. And so we stayed one night at a hotel in LA just to sleep and decompress.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, the next morning we had our movers to, take the items out of the truck and put it back into our new apartment.
Exactly. So we were refreshed even from, this 3-day road trip. And so how did we find these movers in our location? Yelp again. Definitely Yelp it up. And it was just such an amazing resource for us.
Yeah, so many movers in LA.
Oh my gosh, so many movers. The last thing we want you to keep in mind is the hours that the U-Haul is open when you drop it off. Sometimes they're closed at 5. So you want to schedule your move-in with the movers and then drop off your U-Haul to the location in a time where they're still open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss another day payment.
Exactly. So if it's within that, window, that's fine. U-Haul's great, but yet don't spend
another day. Exactly. So the question, would we road trip again?
Would we do it again? Thank you for waiting to the end for this answer. What is the answer?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so.
No. It was a one-time experience.
Yep.
It was good. It was, great to see other, locations, drive-through places. But, it's a one and done thing.
One and done. Okay. And there are other options available for you if you don't want to drive across country. Our follow-up video, guys, is going to express how to do this with a long-haul trucking company that takes your items from the East Coast to the West Coast and the details of that. And that's going to be very detailed with how all the nuances of that version, because believe it or not, we did both.
You got to stay tuned for the next
video.
You have to stay tuned
to know why.
So exciting and so spicy. All right, so that is part 1 of our tips and tricks and instructions on how to move cross country, driving cross country in a U-Haul.
And And you know what, guys? If you have any comments or questions, please write it down below, and we will help you out. We need help when we're trying to plan this.
Yeah.